Have you ever studied a Romance language? And if you have, you know that there are gendered nouns. And this is what makes learning Romance languages so maddening. Well, France is going to keep it that way. They voted not to change their language to gender neutral terms. They said that this would have completely changed the way that French is spoken. Some say it would have even destroyed the language. So what I mean by this pronouns is not what your personal pronoun, he, she, they, them. I'm talking about nouns. So for instance, I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and some Italian. I don't speak French, but so Portuguese is the language I speak the best. So we're saying right here, mesa is feminine, it's a mesa, or in Spanish, la, right? These glasses I'm wearing, óculos, it would be os óculos because it's a masculine noun. So each thing is masculine. Usually it kind of makes sense, although not with the word vagina. Yeah, I said it. In French, for whatever reason, the pronoun is masculine. It's le vagin. I don't know why. That makes no sense. It doesn't exist for you. So I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to call that an irregular verb. That's probably what you're, or a regular noun, because it doesn't seem like that fits. Don't argue with me like that, about that, unless you have one. Now, gender ideologists, they don't like the idea of gendered things. I guess it's like, I mean, I don't know exactly. I don't know what the rationale is between like finding it offensive that my glasses are masculine or the table is feminine. Maybe it's like, you know, gender is fluid. So if the eyeglasses are masculine, then you can't change it and it hurts my feelings because I want gender to be fluid. I'm not quite in line with this. And, you know, another problem that ideologists had, and this does seem a little bit unfair. I'm going to give that, you know, there's a point here is that in a Romance language, if there's a group of things and only one of them is masculine, then the whole group is referred to as masculine. So you can have like 8 sisters, and when talking, and you're a boy, and when talking about that group, you still would use the male pronouns, like ellos, like them, right? Yes, I get it. It's not fair. But the proposal was for them to make it instead of elle, il. It's basically like the English translation of they, them, instead of gendering a group. Well, in advance of this vote on Monday, which the French Senate has voted down, saying none of these changes, in fact, they voted for a ban on it. That's kind of a double negative. They voted for the ban, meaning they're against the changes. You see what I mean? French President Emmanuel Macron said there's no need to be threatened by this because the masculine is neutral. Can you accept that? The masculine is neutral? Or do you still think that's patriarchal? I don't know. What do you think? Can the masculine be neutral? I'm fine with that. But I don't
if we all agree, then yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point of language is to convey meaning?
Yes. Yeah. I don't find a lot of emotion in gendered pronouns and groups and things like that. But I do get it. You know, because I speak Portuguese, I have often referred to a group of things that are like a group of people that are mostly women and realize like, oh, I can't use a feminine grouping because there's a man there. So I don't know. It gives you pause, but it's just the way it's done. Here are some of the other proposed changes. Like we just talked about this il. I'm sorry, my French accent's terrible. Instead of il and elle, like he or she, it's a combined. Celu is like those. And instead there's, you know, of like the feminine or masculine version of that. Also this .e suffix at the end of words. So for example, president.e.s to refer to people who held that profession that could be both female and male. So for instance, like you could be jornalista, right? Or jornalisto or something like that. But instead, no, we'll just combine that. So informatica, right? Informatico. But instead, you have the same for both genders. I don't know. I guess it might make it a little easier to learn. but then there's new punctuation to think about. So spell check would have to learn it too. Now, again, they voted against this. This proposal was brought up 2 years ago, and politicians said then that it would destroy the French language. And so some people who feel like it's their life's destiny to change this French language just brought it up again, and again, they lost. So probably this is not the last we've heard of this. So let me know what you think. Would this make it easier, harder? Do we really need to reorder society because of gender ideology? And if so, where do we stop, right? Especially continuing to see, we see, different groups of people who think they're animals or what have you. Well, then do we have to reorder language for that too? Or shall we just use what we've got because the world is already so stinking confusing? And let's get to that later in a more peaceful time in humanity. Maybe that's where we should go. So speaking of language, I thought I'd end with this. This video is going viral this week. This is a biological man who is complaining to the manager at many restaurants about hardworking restaurant employees for basically trusting their instincts and calling him sir. And he seems so shocked that his woman costume is not working, and he continues to become sir, that he needs to tell them exactly how it hurts his feelings. This is a bit of a long montage, but like I said, it's going viral this week, and it's sort of a good palate cleanser, if you will, from all the war talk we've had. Let us know what you think of this person.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. Sorry about that. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, Thank you. Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more though, and it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir.
Oh, sorry.
Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Okay. I'll let him know that, and
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I wish I could be the manager at one of those restaurants.
I mean, look, this is a great way to get people to spit in your food, guy. Like, is this worth it? Because now that this has gone viral, people are going to see you coming. And yeah, it's sort of a, if that were my friend, I would want them to be more resilient and not get their feelings hurt by strangers who are just acting on instinct. That's what I would hope if that were my friend. Not to wage wars everywhere and think that you're educating people because of your really good woman costume and crop tops. And so, it just speaks to the idea that like his need to say it is more important than their need to hear it. It's egocentric. And as far as I'm concerned, it's basically affirming mental illness. Like I feel like that is mental illness, and it's like you're affirming that, and the more you affirm it, the more it's going to happen. Yeah. Playing the victim here, and So anyway, let us know what you think of that bit of language as well, plus the idea of changing the French language, any Romance language, any gendered pronouns, including vagina. Let me know. Yeah, actually, that one I'd be on board. We don't need to make any other like pronoun switches in the French language, but yeah, how about we give the vagina back to the ladies? How about that? Let's make that solidly.
Not call it vagino.
No. No, there's no, I reject all of the above. No male vagina, no neo vagina. That one I really hate. The idea of neo vagina is a surgically constructed vagina that is, put on a biological male.
The Latinx one is one that always cracks me up because it's like in trying to like get rid of the gendered language of the Romance languages, they make it something that so people that speak Spanish can't really pronounce.
Right.
There's no way to do NX in Spanish.
Yeah.
Latinx.
No, because it'd be Latin.
Yeah. Or
Like
Latin.
it's like just a weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. That is a strange one too. Definitely. The neo vagina, actually, that hurts my feelings. Like if someone's got a neo vagina that was constructed by a surgeon, what is mine? A paleo? Like, no, I don't like that at all.
Archeo vagina?
Right.
Archaeogina. Yeah.
It is an artifact vagina, old kind.
Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.